What's going on, guys? It's SK Anime, and for my very first video, I'm going to hit you with my top 5 long-running anime shows. Hope you enjoy. Before we start, a little disclaimer. This is completely opinionated, so if one of your favorite anime doesn't make the top list, no hard feelings. Okay, so coming in at number 5, we actually have a tie between Hunter x Hunter and Bleach. But I'll start with Bleach. So in Bleach, you have your main protagonist, who is Ichigo Kurosaki, the substitute Soul Reaper. And I'm going to start the Soul Society arc. So for the Soul Society arc, we have just a lot of build-ups, a lot of great fights. Ichigo versus Renji, Ichigo versus Kapachi, Ichigo versus Byakuya. Oh my gosh, we get to see Ichigo progress so much to being able to easily handle the lieutenants. And then he had his final fight with Byakuya, the Bankai versus Bankai. Just a lot of great fights, really hyped. And also I'm going to touch a bit on the Wake of Mundo arc. And oh my gosh, when he fought Ukiura and then he went berserk, it's just such a great anime. So many awesome moments. Definitely check it out. Neck and neck with Bleach, we have Hunter x Hunter, with the main character being Gon Freaks. And I have to jump right into the Chimera Ant arc, which is personally my favorite, but of course that's up for debate. So you have King. Yeah, I want to start with King. You have King. He's this like overpowered, just like awesome, such an awesome character. He's like presented as overpowered, like from the get-go. He's just running stuff, and then you get to see him progress as a character from like trying to find himself, trying to understand like the purpose, like his actual purpose. And then you get to see him go from being a ruthless, basically a ruthless killer, to like progressing and having like these human feelings, all because of some little girl who played shogi with him. It's like really amazing. And then of course you have the Gon versus Pito fight. Gon goes berserk and like releases all his nin. He's just absolutely slapping Pito around like a rag doll. Actually kind of sad. And you can't forget about Killua and his Godspeed. That was just awesome arc. Nice fights. So coming in at number 4, we have Attack on Titan. And this is going to include some manga spoilers. So if you're an anime only watcher, you might want to skip a bit. So in the manga finally explains everything. Why the Titans exist, and like their purpose and whatnot. It shows you the outside world. So now then it gives you the full picture, like the grand scale of everything that's going on. And now that we have all those answers, there's a whole new ploy of questions that get introduced. And in the sense of like, how do we go about achieving like peace, and like what would be the best way to like make sure everyone gets along? Sounds a little cliche, but like make sure everyone gets along and whatnot. And you have Eren Yeager and everyone you know from the anime who's all on one side of the spectrum, and then we get introduced to like where Reiner actually came from and why Reiner and Berthold actually invaded the walls and did what they did. And so now you have these two different perspectives that are just fighting for their ideal justice. Coming in at number 3, we have the number 1 hyperactive knucklehead ninja, Naruto Uzumaki. And this is just oh boy. I've been watching this since I was growing up, so it has that like nice nostalgic feeling every time I remember it, every time I talk about it. And the fights, absolutely S tier. Lee versus Gaara, the cliche. And then you move on to Naruto Shippuden, Naruto versus Pain, Naruto's ideals, top notch. So many likable characters to choose from. And what I really liked about Naruto was like how the martial arts in it, you could really like see what was going on. You could see the hand movements, all the gestures, versus in some anime where it would just show like a scene and then like skip and then like all the bad guys are beat up or whatever. But Naruto had that step-by-step animation. And it was just really quality. Made the fights so much more enjoyable. I know this can be a little bit controversial, but because like Naruto had all those fillers in the war arc, a lot of people say it was just like downhill. everything. The show was like going downhill. The war arc of Kaguya coming made no sense really. But the main reason I have it on this list is mainly because of nostalgia. But there definitely was a lot of like highs and lows within the series, or a lot of lows, and I can understand if it's not in your top 5 or whatever, but for me at least it is. And for number 2, we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Whether it's Jonathan, Joseph, Jotaro, Josuke, Giorno, so much good stuff, quality content to choose from. But I'm gonna highlight one of some of the most iconic, what it's known for. Dio Brando versus Jotaro, Star Platinum versus Zawaldo. Dude, it was so good. So many iconic moments. The fights were good. Jotaro, his strategizing is good. It's just like it makes a lot of sense. Like barely any plot holes. And then with the recently the part 5 it just finished with Giorno. Another one of my favorites. Giorno, such a likable character, has his dreams and aspirations, but he's not like your cliche good guy who just wants to go out and do all this good stuff. Like he's like in a gang, so he knows he's going to have to get his hand dirty, but he definitely thinks it's worth it for his end goal to like to make Italy more of like a peaceful place, I guess. And on a more serious note, they had all like the deaths of like some of the people throughout the show. Like in part 2, spoiler alert, when Caesar dies, it was like, oh no, dude. It was just like, cause the thing that made it sad for me, I guess, was like Caesar when he was fighting one of the Pillarmen. He was so close to winning, bro. It was like literally right there, and then he got hit in the freaking catastrophic tornado attack thing. And then he used his last of his hand and to give Joseph the ring with the antidote and everything. It was just so good, well put together. Definitely, if you haven't watched this, definitely need to check it out. And the animation, I guess I'll touch on it. It's weird when at first glance, yeah, it's really weird, but it's like if you can get past it, if you start watching it, you get used to it, and then you almost like you even start to like it. It's so unique, but it's really good. Definitely check it out. And coming in at number 1, we have Fairy Tail. Is what I'd say if I had serious mental issues. Coming in at number 1, we have One Piece. Monkey D. Luffy, the future pirate king himself. So to start off, let's talk about the crew. So in the crew, we have so many good characters. So each one of them have a great backstory that makes you get very invested into that character. And then Luffy just brings them all together. The crew, it's a funny show with Usopp as like the comic relief. Then you have the serious fights. Luffy gaining Gear Second, fighting Rob Lucci, saving Robin from like the shackles of like her fate, quote unquote. And then you have the time skip. Oh my gosh, some of the most hype moments ever when Luffy comes back from the time skip after getting his fucking ass whooped by Kuma and Kizaru, which goes to show that how fucking little plot armor he actually has based on how many times he gets his fucking ass whooped. But after that time skip, he comes back. You got the Red Hawk, the Haki, the Conqueror's Haki Mastered, fights Hordy. Oh my gosh, the 50,000 pirates at once with the Haki. It was just, and then goes on to freaking Dressrosa, fights Doflamingo, Gear 4th, King Kong gun, like folds the country in half. Then you have like Zoro coming in. This is like straight badass, nothing happened moments. It's just like, then you have Sanji, whole Kate Island arc, expands on his backstory, an amazing backstory, his fucked up family, and how his family treated him. And then now we're in Wano, and there's all this crazy stuff unfolding. It's action packed. Then you have characters like Shanks, Mihawk, where we don't know the full scope of their power, but you know that they're fucking strong as hell, and there's so much hype around their character. And My favorite arc, I'm gonna have to go with Marine Ford for that one. It was just, you got the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard, and Luffy just trying to save Ace, and Whitebeard and all his allies. Whitebeard popping up into the middle of the Marines base, heavily fortified. The admirals, all three of them, the Shibukai, and just screaming badassery, bro. He just pops up like he owns the fucking place. And then you see his trimmer fruit, his guru no mi, and it's just, he just starts going to work. And then you see how he's like a caring father for his crew when Akainu was manipulating Squardo. And then when Squardo betrayed him and like stabbed him, and then he gave Squardo a hug and like still accepted him. That was just like golden character. I don't know how you could not like him as a character. And then how when Ace actually died, how he freaking put Akainu to work. It was just amazing. He was like boxing with all these high level stuff, and then the Blackbeard coming out of nowhere, say ha ha ha, with 2 devil fruits now? What? No one ever. And then here comes Blackbeard. You think this dude's a clown, but he's freaking on some Black Zetsu type shit, freaking scheming around, bro. It was absolutely amazing. Can't stress that enough. It's worth the freaking long ass runtime, all those damn episodes. And if you haven't watched it, you need to pause this video and go right now and start grinding out that quality content. But anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Peace.